This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's Sick CGB, and still not gonna stop me from terrorizing the internet with another deck here on this lovely day, so don't you worry about that. Today in the arena, we're going to check on Abzan Wolves, and this is a deck that I almost played instead of the Doom Foretold deck that I played for the Abzan Color Challenge yesterday, and it's okay. Obviously, I'm glad I ran the Doom Foretold list. The 7-0 performance was really exciting, but this deck is no slouch. It's built and targeted to an aggressive metagame. Playing midrange is pretty hard in best of one because the strength of midrange is typically the sideboard where you get to adjust to what the opponent does. So I do have a sideboard over here, and I'm considering making a best of 3 video for the after hours videos, so maybe the patrons will see the best of 3 content on this particular deck. Midrange is definitely more suited to a best of 3 environment, but I am pretty happy with where this deck, I am pretty happy with where this deck ended up for best of 1. It's not too bad. It's a bit expensive, but we have basically a first wave of cards that produce mana, and a second wave of cards that are big, powerful threats with a lot of fight in them. 4 Wicked Wolves and 4 Tulsimeers to make sure we're fighting just all the time. So against aggressive decks, you just want to slow down their early plays, make sure you don't get Ember Cleaved thanks to instant speed removal, like Assassin's Trophy and Murderous Rider, and then use your Nightpack Ambushers, Wicked Wolves, and Tulsimeers to fight off all of their little creatures until they die, and Garruk can come down and clean it up and bury everybody. Honestly, I don't know if, I love Garruk. I actually built this deck to play this card because the little bit of wolf synergy with making a pair of wolves that then with Tulsimere fight things and with Nightpack Ambusher get buffed was a big reason for me playing the deck. But man, the card it's just so slow in this meta. It's rough, but that's why we have all this instant speed removal, so that when the opponent goes for their big play with Torbran or Embercleave, we can take it out and then untap and drop Tulsimeers and Garruks and win. Leyline Prowler is a flex spot for sure, and I really wasn't sure what to do with the spot, and this is who we're trying out right now. I don't want anything that can get hit by Bonecrusher Giant. I don't want anything that for 2 mana or 1 mana gets removed by Bonecrusher Giant without leaving some value behind. Gilded Goose, you can play it for only 1, so it's a kind of proactive trade, and it makes a food. So if they Bonecrusher it, you still have something. Paradise Druid can't be targeted, so those check the boxes. But I didn't want a card like Incubation Druid in the spot, and I didn't want Leafkin Druid because I need the different colors of mana, so we're trying out Leyline Prowler. The deck often can play out very reactive with an early play and then just some removal until you do something else, but the ramp creatures are really important. The mana base is interesting. No tap lands, no temples, no scry lands. Just 2 tempo negative, I think. And even in a deck that could want them, I'm not running them. The only double black card we have is Murderous Rider. The only white card we have is single white for Tulsimere. So the white splash is pretty minimal, and the black splash can be held down pretty well too. And that means we get to run a lot of basic forests, so that not every single land that enters the battlefield costs us 2 life. All right, I've introduced the deck. Let's go play and see how it does. Will I am 021. Did you come up with that name yourself? Will I am. So catchy. Seems like a musician could use it. Okay, removal, late game stuff. Normally I'd want to mulligan for a ramp card, but I feel like I just hang on to this. Alright, my opponent's excited. You are now rocking with Will I Am and Brittany. Okay, and Godless Shrine hit the battlefield tapped. Our opponent has hit us with at least 3 emotes on turn 1 and a Temple of Triumph. If we're up against Jeskai, we're in huge trouble, but I don't know what this is. A little bit of ramp for our opponent. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of ramp ourselves. Trophying the Incubation Druid doesn't make much sense. Looks like I'm up against something unique, something I am not sure what's going on. Maybe it's a Niv Mizzet deck. Draw a go, you say? Alright, well, let's shock. Let's use Murderous Rider on the Druid. Nah, let's let him. Well, let's think. There's a lot of options here. If that is a Niv Mizzet, they can't play it, I don't think, because they have double red, double green. It's ugly. The Druid can definitely help them. What are they doing with this card? It's actually really tough. Maybe I should just take it out. Yeah. It's also a good Tolsimir target, so if the opponent plays something with it that doesn't gain too much value, we can Murderous Rider what the opponent plays, then Tolsimir it. I like that a lot better. It's a little bit of a gamble. We don't know what our opponent's going to go for, and they're going to try to pump up the jam. So, in response to that, we will Swift End away the Druid, because now it's out of Tolsimir's Fight Club range. Alright, buddy, let's go. I suspect our opponent may have Deafening Clarion, but let's just get a battlefield presence. I'm not sure what they're up to, but it's probably big and scary. It probably does scary stuff in the endgame, so we want to apply some pressure. Yeah, their deck is a little stalled. They're playing ramp creatures, but they're not doing much with them. Let's send in the Wolves. We could use a Garruk. Like, a Garruk would be amazing here. Would have just shut the door on this game. Let's put out Murderous Rider. Playing into a sweeper a little bit. With a backup Tolsimir, I'm not worrying about it too much, but I'm still not sure what's going on. So I'm being extra wary. I just want to end the game before anything too nasty happens. It's a Risen Reef. Okay. Let's see what the opponent gets. Yeah, it's some kind of 5-color nonsense. Let's go get a Swamp. Let's make a food. There's an Ambusher. An Ambusher fights when it enters the battlefield thanks to Tolsimir. And the opponent is at 13. Interesting. So I could try to set up a surprise for the opponent. Let's attack and see how they block. Or if they block. I mean, that's a lot of damage to take. And I don't feel like they're an elemental deck. I feel like they're more of a Neoform deck. Okay, so they have all their colors, so killing the Druid isn't particularly charming. It's an option, but I don't think we need to do it. I think we can hold up the mana. And we'll make more untapped mana available. Yeah, I think we can just hold up and see what the opponent does, rather than fighting the Druid. Fabled Passage. Definitely time for their deck to kick into gear. I'm really curious what they're going for. They blocked with their Risen Reef. I'm guessing it's a Neoform deck. Swamp. And a Time Wipe to sweep the board. Alright. I'll go get another black source, because why not? Or maybe another green source is what I want here. We do have 4 black sources, which is the most we could want. And then we'll make a food. And then we'll watch everything die. Murderous Rider to the bottom. Will the opponent replay the Druid? Yes, they will. And we will play the Nightpack Ambusher, who will get busy. Let's go. Is the opponent willing to fall to 4? They take a block. Alright. So here, we could develop another big board with Tolsimir. I think the opponent has to wrath this board anyway because of the Ambusher. It doesn't set up lethal, though. But if the opponent has another wrath, I'll be really disappointed. So let's just play this land and make our token. And plan to trophy whatever the opponent puts on the battlefield. The opponent has their own Tolsimir. Okay, I'm going to show you how to interact with Tolsimir. Because plenty of people have done this wrong. The key to Tolsimir is if you kill the Tolsimir with the trigger on the stack, the opponent doesn't get the life from the 3/3 and they don't get the fight. So we take this out now. Opponent will fetch a land. They'll still get a 3/3, but it won't fight. And then next turn, this wolf can fight the 3/3, and we can get him for more damage. Goose, huh? All right, here's the Tolsimir. We're going to fight our 4/4 because of the Nightpack Ambusher into the 3/3, and then send in the beatings. And may as well play the Goose. We have the mana. We might lose this Goose, but it interacts well with the Ambusher. And there's not a big reason to hold it back. So here is a Steam Vents. Niv Mizzet is here. Love Niv Mizzet. Omnath, Kenrith, Knight of Autumn, Paradise Druid, Risen Reef, Rakdos the Showstopper. Is this my deck? It's hard to remember with all the Niv Mizzet decks I built. So, alright, it does look like the opponent's done now. So we'll send in the creatures. They said good game first, just to be clear. I'm not trying to BM them. I'm kind of wondering if they're playing exactly my Niv Mizzet deck, in which case, I feel a little bad. I love that deck. Johnny Salami. Hey, I'm Johnny Salami. What you doing here? Did you come here for salami? We got the best salami in the boroughs. That's my Johnny Salami. I'm sick. I can do anything I want. You can't make fun of me. I'm lucky to be here. Alright. Hey, I'm lucky to be here. So, Goose, probably play the Prowler off it, play the Ambusher off that. It's a pretty good curve. We've got some interaction. Let the opponent make their decision, but I like my hand. Woof. Arr. I guess I should have turned down my Foxy pet, my doggo, for this particular video. Castle Vantress. Uh-oh. Control decks. I'm supposed to be in the all aggro meta here, and our opponent, how dare they bring Esper Control? How dare they bring Esper Control here? Well, that's a good game, I think. Our deck certainly isn't very capable against Esper. And yeah, bye-bye. Bye-bye Ambusher, keep on top. Let's go ahead and get a Prowler on the field right away. Pretty much have to be aggressive. Wow, that's an epic noise. I guess you are a Nightmare Beast, but when I see a little 2/3, I think of a Mana Dork as being a little dorkier. Oh god. Oh god. Not this, not like this. Alright, we'll play you tapped. Smash. I mean, I love Dimir Disinfo campaign as much as anyone can. But, this is precisely the matchup where you're just like, I guess I lose now. Let's see, the opponent can't replay it this turn. I think we just let that go, and we get ourselves down to an empty hand rather than ramp the opponent and give them more options. Because if we ramp them here, they can just play a campaign if they have another one. So the best way to get out from under the campaign is to have a small hand. As bad as that feels. Alright, go get a swamp. Let's keep pushing damage until all of our creatures are dead. Make the opponent deal with the board, or at least respect it. Ritual of Soot's pretty good. Leaves just a Tulsimir. That's not enough pressure. Yeah, pretty good. Ooh. Okay. So do I do the extra damage, or do I let my opponent untap and commit to a play? If they have Sinister Sabotage and they play an island and say go, I'm in a terrible spot. Let's push the damage, commit to a play, make the opponent deal. And for your next trick, spot removal. Okay. Campaign. Let's drop off the... If my opponent plays a Doom Whisperer, it does blank my home board, and I can play this at instant speed, whereas if I play the Prowler and the Ambusher is still alive, I'm sad. The opponent only has 2 mana left, so I think what they're going to hold here is a counter. And there you go. I'm guessing they have a negate or something of that nature. So we'll say go, make a wolf. Keep that life coming. 31-6, why am I so afraid? How about Doom Whisperer? That's what I want to see. Surely the opponent has something like a Lockmere Serpent, perhaps? And if they have that and we Assassin's Trophy it, they can't win. So it's Liliana, the Dreadhorde General. Ugh, okay. I guess that's going to minus and take out the Tulsimir and the Wolf token. The question is, do I want to blow her up so I can keep going face? I think so.
Your corpse will make an excellent minion.
Swift End for Liliana. 2 creatures gone for me. If the opponent has double Dreadhorde General, oh, that's gonna hurt. Down to 3. Make another wolf. Hold the trophies open. It's close. Our plan to be the beatdown wasn't a complete failure, but it's also not a riveting success yet. If we lose both of our threats, I would say this game is over, and there they go. My god, mass manipulation is not what I expected. That's a good one. How do I get there? I don't have Questing Beast in the deck. So let's use our mana now. I think we have to. Get the permanents off the battlefield. And then draw something good. I guess I might have held that other trophy. I just have a feeling it's going to get forced out of my hand anyway. I have a feeling if I hold it there, it ends up in the disinformation campaign for sure, with the opponent having all these resources. Here's the Narset. Mass manipulation, huh? And Liliana, so expensive. The opponent going way over the top. Enter the God Eternals. That's good enough for me. Let's not do this anymore. Super Vixius MTG. Well, somebody knows that they're doing MTG. Maybe it's another budding content creator. Anytime I see MTG in the name, it's like, they're gonna be a streamer, man. Gonna be a streamer. We'll try it. Still don't have a ramp, but got a lot of blamp. As the good doctor would say, we got Blamp City. All right. Where's the aggro decks at? I built this deck to farm aggro. Not to have to battle around all these control and mid-range garbage. Overgrown Tomb tapped. Okay. I got a Godless Shrine. Paradise Druid. Looking like another mid-range deck. You can't make this stuff up. Like, how does this happen to me? There's nothing they're gonna play that I'm gonna trophy this turn. Trappy. And ta-da, Questing Beast. turn up the heat quickly. We'll wait until our opponent's combat step to trophy that. It's possible I should have mulliganed for a ramp card. I really thought I would draw one, but alas, that's not the way that Magic works. Don't tell anybody, but you can't always draw what you want. It's just something we streamers and content creators say, so that you can be inspired to live the dream. Paradise Druid hits me, down to 14. On a Mayhem, a very aggressive green black deck. I'll give it that. So, we're going to trophy that spawn because we can't really interact with it otherwise, so we may as well run out our Paradise Druid. Say go. I'll let a little bit of damage happen, just to make the opponent commit to their plays for the turn. I mean, I hope they don't have another Questing Beast. But if that's what they spend their mana on, I would rather it be a beast. Oh my god. Alright. Okay. It's Mythics, I like the deck. Let's take out the Swan of Mayhem. Next turn, Tulsimir can eat the Paradise Druid and help set up our ambushers. So, no blocks here. Alright, Tulsimir, come on down. So the other play would be to try to ambush the Questing Beast, which I don't really want to do. I want to gain this life and have 2 3/3s. These do threaten to trade with the Beast, so the opponent might use a removal spell. But if they live, the ambushers are so much better, because the ambushers come down, buff things, and fight for themselves. Alright, they're still attacking. Let's just take the damage. It might mean they have another Questing Beast. It might also mean they have an instant speed Murderous Rider, which is very unfortunate. Aw, they've got the Murderous Rider. Look at them. Look at them checking out that Tulsimir. Death Sprout. Same thing, different effect. What are you going to do with all this mana when you're just hyper mythic aggro? Alright. I'll play you tapped. Say go. Or wait, we can attack here. If the opponent blocks, we can make it a 4/4. No, that's what we do. We block with the 3/3 and make it a 4/4 with the Ambusher. That's how we try to kill the beast. If that doesn't work, if the opponent has an instant speed removal of some kind. Casualties of War, huh? Okay. What a boss. What a boss. What do you think? Do we go to 2 against this deck? They do have Spawn of Mayhem. Spawn of Mayhem could end the game quickly, not to mention being at 2 means we can't use a Murderous Rider. So I think we play conservative. I do go for value a bit much sometimes. They are touching their card in hand frantically, but they didn't play it. Alright, Paradise Druid, get in there and send a message. This is enough land, we can stop now. We can stop now with the land. I'm declaring enough land. Therefore, we will no longer draw them. Wow. Okay. Jesus! Mr. Tryhard over here. How many 4-drops do you run? What a ridiculous pile. So, we can intercept the Ceratops or the Beast. Which is better to block? My Wicked Wolf can't fight anything, but it could block a Questing Beast. The Ceratops can gain Trample. The Ceratops is also a little bit more damage, ever so slightly. Alright, now would be the time to draw Garrick. We haven't drawn him in a good spot yet in this video. We're at 2. We're dead. Yep. That 1 damage I took from the Spawn of Mayhem came back to absolutely haunt me. But what is this deck? No respect for curve. Paragonastos. I don't know. Hey, we're on the play with a ramp. What the hell is this? What the hell kind of hand is this? Okay. Oh my god, is it a mountain? Are you playing a red deck? Oh, it must be my birthday. When the meta actually works out the way you want, it feels good, man. Castle Embreth. Okay, they've got Bone Crusher Giant. So, do we want to just... I think if we start ambushing them right away, that's pretty good, but the problem with that is then we're in this spot where we don't have our Prowler on the battlefield, and the Prowler is something they sort of have to remove as the red deck. So let's go for it. Let's develop a little bit more first. Yeah, look at it with your Bone Crusher Giant. Yeah, no good targets. Your awkwardness. Your awkwardness. And a missed land drop to boot? I might just scoop it up. Yes! Yes! Show me your pain. Oh, it makes me so happy. Alright. Problem. Get that sweet lifelink. Again. Nightmare Beast indeed. Aptly named. We're not even playing that with the Goose. We know our opponent will just use their mana on another Bone Crusher Giant. They have at least another one. Robber of the Rich. Get in there, buddy. Go get yours. Holy crap, this feels good. Alright. Let's send in those Prowlers for a little of that lifelink. Let's play our Goose. There's now a target for your Bone Crusher Giant if you want to use your whole turn on it. And let's play this... Oh hell, we'll play it untapped. Our life total's looking pretty juicy right now. Now we don't want to ambush the Robber of the Rich with the Nightpack Ambusher because, you know, our opponent will most certainly have the Bone Crusher Giant to trade. And here they don't even attack, so here we go. Wolf is here. Opponent is not. Harriers. Hey, we've got a ramp creature. A little slow, but we get to go Goose. Second turn make food, third turn Wicked Wolf, so let's try it. Opponent keeps a 5-carder. They play a Forest. What do you got? Did you go to 5 and for your Gilded Goose? Lovestruck Beast, sure. Goose it up, honk honk. Green white. They have an Innkeeper, of course. Alright, that'll be a problem. Giant Killer, draw a card. Feels good. I guess if you go to 5 for Innkeeper, we already revealed that secret high tech. Anyway, we'll pay the 2 life here. We could Murderous Rider, but then we don't have a play next turn. Although, man, our opponent's so low on mana, it might make a lot of sense to do it. Next turn we do have a play. We can play the Murderous Rider itself. This is tough. If we let our opponent develop the questing, the beast, we're gonna take a beating. They might develop it anyway. But if they miss a land drop, it's such a huge tempo gain, it gives us a chance, I think. Whereas the other line is to make another food, then play a Wicked Wolf, fight the Innkeeper, and have a food up to make the beast, the wolf, indestructible. The opponent has Giant Killer, so then I take 6 using that line? That's not okay. What about using the Murderous Rider on the... I guess I do have to save it for the Questing Beast. Maybe I do have to take that 6 damage. This is tough. Oh, I think I just lose that way. I think the winning line is going to be to take out this Innkeeper and hope that the opponent misses a land drop. They did go down. They only have 2 cards left. So we just need them to miss this land. All right. It's gonna be one of those days. Down to 12. Well, we drew a Paradise Druid that we can play, which sets us up with good mana for the future. So let's do that. We don't have any food right now for our Wicked Wolves, but Tolsimir can gain a ton of life. Just you? No blocks. No one's too scared to attack with the 1/1. Tells me that their hand doesn't have any other 1/1 creatures. Because otherwise it would definitely be a good trade for them into the Paradise Druid. And we're down to 7. So if their hand is low on 1/1s, we can Wicked Wolf fight this 1/1. Yeah, that's just the story they want to tell me. But what's in their hand if it's not 1/1s? It could be more land, I guess. And there is a land. And a Shepherd of the Flock. Okay. Murderous Rider. I think I'm going to try the kind of aggro line of Wicked Wolf taking out the 1/1. Am I just dead? If the opponent draws another 1/1, they tap this. I can still block with the Goose, so I'm not dead. March for 2. Oh, that's an absolute wrecking. That's a disaster. That is such a disaster. Oh my god. So if I have to chump with the Goose, we're just trying to draw into a land for Tulsimir. Oh. Oh. Not using the Giant Killer? Maybe using Giant Killer? Alright, well, we'll block the Shepherd and the 1/1. Take 6, go to 1. How about we block here, and still have enough life total to play Tulsimir if we draw a Shock Land. Okay. Let's go. Since we have to use this for green anyway, because this all produces black and not green, we may as well play the Tulsimir and gain life. And who are we fighting? I guess we fight the Giant Killer so it can't untap and do something. The opponent can tap something, but we'll still have a blocker. And we go up to 8. So we don't want to block with Tulsimir unless we absolutely have to. His ability to gain life can pull us back into this. Just the Lovestruck Beast? Go to 3. Can still use my Murderous Rider, by God. Flower for a land, okay. Forest off the top. Alright, so we can play the Wicked Wolf, gain life. We get 2 fight triggers, one from the wolf itself, one from the Tulsimir. Take out the 1/1s. Dom. And Dom. And do I attack? I'm at 6. The opponent... If they have the card, the Fairy Guide Mother, I lose to it regardless. If I have to chump away a wolf, I'm fine with that. We do need to close the game. So let's be aggressive. Fairy Guide Mother off the top for the lethal. Don't do it. Don't do me dirty. Ooh, the opponent says go. Garrick. Are you here to shut this party down? You can make a pair of wolves through the Tulsimir that can gain a lot of life, and it does 2 fights on the beast. So maybe we want to attack first and see if the opponent blocks, but hold back Tulsimir because we don't want to trade the Tulsimir. The other idea is we could play this. Double fighting that doesn't work. We could also Murderous Rider this out of the way. Yeah, let's see how the opponent wants to block. It could also have March of the Multitudes, which is super scary. And we are going to get a block. All right, Big Daddy G. Seal it up. Hit that 0, make a pair of wolves, fight that Lovestruck Beast.
apex predators.
So we could also have minus the Garrick, but this sets the Garrick up to ultimate next turn, which will definitely close the game. And the life gain pushes us to 9. Here's a deafening silence. What? Can't cast more than one non-creature spell each turn. What? Somebody's trying to be control tech. Alright, let's bring it home. A mighty Garrick ultimate. That's what we were looking for today. We can imagine the opponent is letting me savor the moment here. And what's the trick? What have you got that stops this army of trample? Good game? Good game. A giant killer. Bang, bang, boom. We did indeed. We are the ones who let the dogs out. I hope you enjoyed this video with Abzan Wolves. Thank you for watching it. If you do like it and you want a different standard deck video every day, please subscribe to the channel. There's a little subscribe button, easy to click, go for it. I won't punish you in the feed with a whole bunch of stuff that isn't about Magic. I won't even punish you with things that aren't about standard. It's a different standard deck every day for your brewing, to get your brewing sparks flowing, or just watch somebody beat up on things with stupid amounts of mythics, or sometimes not even stupid amounts of mythics. It's variety. It's all the flavors of Magic. It's the sick ramblings of me, CGB, who is sometimes ill and does not know of what he speaks. Happy New Year. I wish you the very, very best 2020. Thank you so much. And I think you will really, really enjoy what I've got in store for you in 2020. And I will see you later.